I gotta get this one on video.
That's why you refer to people who support Palestine as anti-Jewish,
People of conscience
anti-Semitic.
don't support
All you
AIPAC.
do is have smear campaigns.
AIPAC is an organization that's dedicated to subverting democracy and using violence.
So you win
People of conscience do not
We
support
win all
AIPAC.
arguments.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
People of conscience reject AIPAC.
Well, I keep repeating myself, and I keep telling you how to end Zionism.
That's a
Supporting violence and occupation. AIPAC is a negative factor in the U.S. Middle East policy.
And the siege on Gaza.
AIPAC is a negative factor in the U.S. Middle East policy. People of conscience do not support AIPAC. People of conscience reject AIPAC. AIPAC is dedicated to supporting democracy and encouraging
We're not on
violence
equal
in the Middle
planes.
East.
The Palestinians are not on equal
People
planes
of
with
conscience
Israel.
do not support AIPAC.
We don't have F-16s.
People of
We're not
conscience
backed
do not
by the
support
United
the
States of
AIPAC
America.
conference.
We're not on equal playing
People
fields.
of conscience
So you can't
reject
continue to blame the
AIPAC.
victims and to ask the victims for solutions.
Supporting democracy and encouraging violence in the Middle East.
That's like you going during the Holocaust and asking the Jews, what's the solution? They're being burned to death and being killed by Hitler, and you're asking them what's the solution. No, you're doing the same thing. You're asking the Palestinians, what's your solution? We're not on equal playing fields. When we're on equal playing fields, listen, when we have F-16s and when we have an equal force, no, I don't want to have a war. When we have an equal state, powerful as yours, then we can sit down on the table and talk about equal terms. Absolutely, it doesn't matter.
People of conscience reject AIPAC. People of conscience do not attend the AIPAC conference. Do not contribute to AIPAC.
Let's say you move everything around.
AIPAC is dedicated to subverting democracy and encouraging violence in the Middle East.
See, if you think
Reject
taking
AIPAC,
security
please. Be on the right
defenses
side of history.
measures down,
Reject AIPAC.
The fences and the walls are just one
Not
thing.
support the objectives of AIPAC. Objectives of AIPAC are not favorable for the United
I'm
States.
asking you this. Would Israel allow UN peacekeepers in?
we would do whatever you would say.
You would. Is that the policy of Israel? It's always been the policy of Israel.
Occupation is a crime.
I'm not making this up.
Palestine. Occupation is a crime. From Iraq to 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 Palestine.
UN peacekeepers to monitor over a period of
Is a
time
crime.
to make
From
sure
Iraq to
that
Palestine.
it involves limited right of return. It involves giving back a lot of the property that Israel has stolen from Palestinians. Sit down at the negotiating table and do that.
Occupation is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine.
Why can't that be done?
Is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine.
No, you don't have to.
Occupation is a crime. From Iraq to Palestine.
Documents of Fatah or Hamas?
I have. Have you read the position of Likud? They've had two position papers over the past 2 decades where they envision no sovereign Arab entity to the western Jordan River. Now he's changed his tune, right? That's like the now, I'm asking you this. And also 10% of Israel's population, 10% Israeli citizens live in occupied territory. In East Jerusalem and in the West Bank. I've lived in Tel Aviv with my cousins. I've lived in the West Bank. Basically, it's unsustainable. Israel is expansionist, okay? That is the ideology of revisionist Zionism in general. And how do we go forward? I would like to speak to a place that, it's very complex. A secular democratic state. It was envisioned by some scientists who live much like South Africa. Right. Now, we can't really decide exactly how it will end, but my question is, 10% of the Israeli citizens live in the West Bank, all over the place. How is this working? Considering that Israel is definitely Zionist and wants to maintain. So what are you doing about the settlements? And how do you feel that?
I'm not. You guys are protesting. Protesters have a plan to implement.
No worries, son.
The people who are living there should Stop the occupation.
Tell you we're going to
Human rights. That's the answer. Human rights for all. Palestinians deserve human rights.
I would say that our solution is human rights based on international law. Okay? Now, there's been a lot of injustices in this conflict. So trying to, decide what injustices can be right, using real politics. So there are issues, there's differences between what is
Occupation has to go.
One big happy
Two-state
Yeah, he said 2 states with a limited right of return. So he's, accommodating the Zionists, what occurred in 1947.
monitored by UN. Monitored by UN. Documents that are guiding the Weltanschauung, the worldview, and the real politics of the entities that govern, of Hamas and of Fatah. What do they believe about Israel? What do they believe about the Waqf? You know what the Waqf is?
No, tell me about that. You're talking about the
Waqf
area?
the Waqf is the Islamic concept that if that land was ever Islamic, it can never be anything else. So there has to be jihad. This is written in the constitution of Hamas. There has to be jihad continually until there's no Jew left.
Okay, Hamas has some very problematic positions, right?
Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
No, and so does Likud. I mean, Likud does not envision like I said, a state west of the Jordan River. How does that fit with the overwhelming?
I don't think
theology?
Likud is.
And Jocelyn Leary.
Is what?
I know. Yeah, they're basically very problematic elements on both sides. Hamas, is an element.
But there's a secular democracy on the Israel side with Arabs and
You have second citizens. You need a democracy.
Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education.
No. So when you say there's a secular democracy, right? The de facto borders of
Money for
Israel, right?
jobs and
Gaza is
education,
technically
not
occupied.
for war and
It has
occupation.
no control over
Money
it.
for
The West Bank
jobs
is
and
occupied territory,
education,
right?
not
That is
for
the
war
occupied
and
construct.
occupation.
In East Jerusalem, the Palestinians in East Jerusalem, occupied East Jerusalem, cannot vote for the Knesset. They can only vote for the municipality. So that is a set of different laws. Understand that? And the funding is very unequal. So when you say it's a secular democracy, what about the 2 million Palestinians who do not have political rights?
we have a governmental body that could.
Racist! Racist! You mean like the anti-Nakba law?
Not for war and occupation. People of conscience do not support Israel.
Why did Golda Meir say there are no Palestinians? Golda Meir.
About that, it was 40 years ago.
That's 40 years ago. What are you doing? We're talking about the founders of Zionism say there are no Palestinians. Golda Meir.
Why are you trying to decide what the solution
I was
is?
just in there.
Supporting democracy and encouraging violence and war.
You wanted to go back to documents and founding principles. Why would Golda Meir say there are no Palestinians? You have no idea? I have an idea. She was racist, and so were the other founders of Zionist Israel. There are
Fast forward to
secular
today.
Jews who disagreed with that, who didn't go to Israel. Thank goodness my family did it. But Golda Meir, one of the founders of racist Israel, said there are no Palestinians.
You can make a lot of noise, or you can fast forward to today. The two
I'm
gentlemen,
asking you.
listen.
Why-
The two gentlemen who are running the show, the President of Israel, the President of the United States, just disagreed completely with you and offered and want a two-state solution.
Well, if that was
Why
true,
are you
if
jumping
that
back
was true,
40 years?
then they disagree with Golda Meir,
They
who's
disagree.
one of the
Okay, good
founders
point.
of Israel,
Good
or
point.
Weissman,
Good point.
or the others who had racist views against Palestinians.
Good point. So let's grant your point. They disagree. Let's get back to Hamas.
I disagree.
What do we do about Hamas?
They were racist.
Oh, right. What are you doing here?
Of course, there's been a schism. There's been a schism. There is that schism occurred.
Yeah,
We forced the international community, led by Israel, funding, and we essentially
Yeah, no, there's no
Yes, they were in Gaza. I do not like Hamas. Okay? In that election where Hamas
That's
took
the
a
plan.
plurality,
You broke the code.
I know.
Yeah, what about the terrorist Israeli troops?
Well,
You know, you keep saying Hamas.
are they in the
Let me
Gaza?
tell you something. Hamas came into existence in 1987, 40 years after the Israeli occupation. All right. So what about Hamas? They came into existence 40 years later. What solution? You're going to tell me the PFLP and then tomorrow the Democratic Front? Okay. There's no solution for Israel. They don't want a solution. You tell me Hamas came 40 years after the Israeli occupation, after the Haganah, after the massacres, 40 years later. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's justifying anything. If you are violent, sooner or later, people are going to be violent.
For a democratic second state.
Hamas has what they call
Tell us something different. Of course I don't agree with that. That's bullshit.
Palestinians in the city.
Our cause is not about the Jews. We have Jews here amongst us. All right, go see them right there. Orthodox Jews right there. Let them. If you want to talk religion, go talk to the Naturi
There are
Kappa.
also Jews here who are not Orthodox.
And there are also Jews here who are liberal, okay, and who are not Orthodox.
And who are
And
radical.
they disagree with you. They're on our side, not on your side. The only people you have is this side.
They're on the side of human rights.
When you call it
They're on the side of human rights.
like I said, there's the occupation. Yeah, no, like I said, it is a democracy for its citizens. Okay?
That's why I asked you. Hitler was also good to his people, and his people considered him charismatic. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean he was a good person.
I'm saying Israel controls the entire West Bank. Israelis live there. Israeli nationalists. I live there. Okay, the percentage which is area which is controlled by the Fatah, essentially. You know, they work very well with the Shin Bet. They're, let's say, collaborators. They work with Israel. They take care of security. Okay, but they don't have rights. They don't have rights to their water resources. When I lived in the villages there, everyone has their water taken away. The water resources are being stolen to give 24-hour water to the illegal settlement right next to them, which is on private Palestinian land.
I saw that stuff myself.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, no, they do not have control. They're living in an area. Yes, they have people who are, limited authority over their major population centers. They don't have control over their borders, their resources. Their land is continuing to be stolen. They do not.
Or the air over
So
there.
you see the United Nations as your view was, earlier, the United Nations control the borders.
It's not us. It's not up to us to suggest solutions for them. It's the people on the ground who should have their solutions for their needs.
No worries, sir.
It's extremely problematic. It's illegal. It's private land. It's destroying the entire economy and the connectivity of the West Bank. So if you want to, they can have
If you go back 4,000 years, okay, that was their land. If you go back to the Balfour Declaration, I mean, where do you want to draw the line when you start the conversation? Well, go ahead, Skip.